Hello guys, welcome back to Teen Edu Children Lore Update family. Thank you all so much for pulling up and supporting this channel. You are all amazing. We're here in this video to talk about a story taken from the uk.gov website called Objectives for Youth Justice Board for England and Wales Strategic Plan for the years 2024 to 2027. The Youth Justice Board Chair, Keith Fraser, recently delivered a speech in which he set out the key objectives of the board in a new strategic plan. It also provides the approach for how they will work with others to realize the vision for a child-first youth justice system. They seem to have coined this phrase, child-first youth justice system, and it's throughout the report. And deliver services that promote positive outcomes for children by reducing offending, supporting victims, and making communities safer. Please watch this video to the end because I give my reaction to this report towards the end of this video. Yes, I go on to discuss the report itself. The 3-year plan is divided into 7 parts. 1, the foreword by Keith Fraser. 2, the strategic context. 3, youth justice in Wales. 4, the vision of the board. 5, the mission of the board. 6, the strategic objectives. And 5, success measures. The report states that performance in the youth justice sector is strong. The number of children entering the youth justice system has dramatically reduced over the last decade, as has the number of children in custody. Independent assessments conducted by the Inspectorate of Probation shows that local youth justice services and partnerships are generally delivering a good service to children and their communities. There is a solid foundation to build upon and to face the future. The report reveals that the past decade has seen extremely positive long-term trends across the youth justice system in England and Wales. The number of proven offences committed by children has fallen by approximately 65%, from 98,937 in the period of 2012-13 to around 34,000 in the period of 2022-2023. There have been substantial falls in the number of children entering the justice system in the first place, with a reduction of around 77% between the years ending March 2012 and March 2023. There were approximately 11,900 occasions where children were sentenced at court in the year ending March 2023, which is 73% lower than in the year ending March 2012. The number of children being sentenced to custody has also shrunk. In the year ending March 2023, the average monthly population of the youth service estate was the lowest it has ever been, at around 440 children. The report defines the objective of the Youth Service Board report, the strategic plan, defines a phrase which is used throughout this report, which is child-first approach. So it defines this approach, this child-first, as follows. 1, prioritize the best interests of children and recognizing their particular needs, capabilities, rights, and potential. All work is child-focused, developmentally informed, acknowledges structural barriers, and meets responsibilities towards children. Number 2, promote children's individual strengths and capabilities to develop their pro-social identity for sustainable desistance, leading to safer communities and fewer victims. All work is constructive and future focused, built on supportive relationships that empower children to fulfill their potential and make positive contributions to society. Number 3, collaborate with children and encourage children's active participation, engagement, and wider social inclusion. All work is a meaningful collaboration with children and their carers. And fourthly, divert children away from stigma, promote a childhood removed from the justice system, using preemptive prevention, diversion, and minimal intervention. All work minimizes criminogenic stigma from contact with the system. The report says that there are 3 key objectives which are to be implemented over the next 3 years, and they can be summarized as follows. 1, supporting improvement of youth justice services in local communities. 2, focusing on addressing persistent racial disparities across the youth service system. Thirdly, influencing development of policy and practice to advance adoption of child first throughout the youth justice system. Some of the highlights of the strategic objectives are as follows. The Youth Justice Board, or YJB for short, will use their understanding of evidence and insight gathered from their oversight of local youth justice service to provide expert advice to ministers and partners across government and advise, influence, and engage organizations which work with children by promoting the evidence which underpins the child-first approach. They will work with others to help them apply effective practice across the youth justice system, from policing through to the courts and to custody and beyond. In support of this ambition, the YJB will review standards for youth justice. This will ensure that the standards which apply to organizations operating across the youth service system reflect the most up-to-date evidence. Understand and develop measures of positive child outcomes. The YJB will undertake a review into how children's needs progress and measures of success are assessed to develop a consistent model for organization operating throughout the youth justice system. In addition, there are parts of the youth justice system where the Youth Justice Board does not lead on implementing change, but where YJB's role is to provide advice and support to those who do. Over the lifespan of this strategic plan, this 3-year plan, the YJB believes there will be benefits for children if lead agencies and departments focus on the following: improving the court's experience and outcome for children, whether children are appearing as a defendant, witness, or victim. They will have a much improved experience at court if they understand what is happening and are given a voice. The YJB will support the Ministry of Justice, His Majesty's Court and Tribunal Service, the legal profession, judiciary, and others in developing youth courts which have a more constructive and inclusive approach with a focus on resolving problems, creating models of child custody which are care focused and promote a pro-social identity. The Youth Justice Board looks forward to the opening of what they call New Secure School in 2024 as an important next step in the transition to more care-focused, secure accommodation for children. But levels of violence and self-harm in parts of the current youth secure estate are too high. The YJB will continue to advise the Ministry of Justice and Youth Custody Service in making the changes needed to implement a child-first model in youth custody. The report says that the YJB recognizes the vital role of education settings to identify and support children who are at risk of becoming involved in the youth justice system. Education which meets the needs of children can equip them with the skills they need to develop a pro-social identity, participate in society, and access opportunities for a positive future. The YJB supports development of education, practice, and services which reflect the need of children who are at risk of contact with youth justice services. This story clearly illustrates the story I've just gone through with you regarding the 3-year strategic plan being developed by the Youth Service Board of England and Wales. It clearly illustrates the challenges and the aspiration of safeguarding children throughout the youth court system and how to reduce youth recidivism. However, some things come to mind as I read the report, which I think I ought to bring to your attention. It's a little bit unclear what a secure school will look like, whether the secure school will be created by the board or the government or private agencies, and whether the secure school will be residential, and whether this school will be available, whether it will be also available to children under the Children Act 1989 regime. Please let me know what you think about this story in the comments below, and if you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please make sure you do so. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.